Today in the shop, we're going to build an adjustable chassis jig and get the Buick off the trailer. Let's get started. What's up everyone? We're back and today we're going to build a chassis jig for the Regal. We need something adjustable to account for the slope of our shop floor, as well as something modular to give us different mounting options. I've done some homework and looked at the various options that are on the market already, and I think I've come up with something that's going to solve that problem. So I picked up 5 sticks of 2x3 093 wall mild steel tubing. Now this comes in a 20-foot length, but we're going to cut these down to make the main rails and cross beams for the chassis jig. The main rails will be cut down to 177 inches, and we'll need 4 of those, while the cross beams will be cut down to 56 inches, and we'll need 3 of those. This process is fairly repetitive, so I'm only going to show you how we cut one of each. With the main rails and cross beams cut out, we can set those aside and focus on the legs. Now, this is going to be a 2-piece design. The inner portion will be 1 3/4 square tube, roughly 093 wall, 120 wall works also. We're going to cut them to 18 inches long. We're going to cap the top for the height adjustment bolt to press against, and the bottom will receive a caster. This design calls for 6 of these. Here's how we made the first one. The outer portion of the leg is much simpler. We're going to use a 2-inch square steel tube, 120 wall, also cut to 18 inches long. However, we're going to cap one end with a 1/4 inch thick 4x4 steel plate. Now this plate is going to have a 1/2 inch hole drilled in it and a 1/2 inch nut tack welded to the inside for our telescoping adjustment later on. The leg's finished, it's time for final assembly. Once everything is square, we'll tack it in place and then weld it up using the Miller Multimatic 215. You'll notice that the end crossbeams are inset 18 inches. This is to allow access to the front or rear of the vehicle once it's on the jig. We've added half a dozen pieces of unistrut, which mount with a 1/2-inch bolt into this channel, allowing them to be adjusted both vertically and horizontally, giving us infinite mounting options. Also, each leg has a 1/2-inch height adjustment bolt that allows the table to be leveled no matter the orientation. Finally, the chassis jig is finished, and it's time to get this Buick off the trailer and onto the chassis jig, which is long overdue, so we can get this thing started. So I have a confession to make. I've been waiting for this moment for the better part of 4 years, and I let you guys down. During the filming of this sequence, the battery on my camera died, and I had no clue until it was far too late. Unfortunately, that's a wrap for this video. If you guys have questions or comments, drop them below or reach out on social media at Reckless Regal on Facebook and Instagram. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks, guys.